Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to do a very quick video just showing me going to the first ever Long Island Retro Gaming Expo of 2015. So I believe this is the first year they did it. They did it at the Up Sky Hotel in Hop Hog, Long Island, New York. I had a lot of fun. I would like to give a very big thank you and shout out to my good friend Spence, aka Sega Soldier, who doesn't really make YouTube videos either anymore or as much. He had given me this a while back. It's a, I guess I'm not British, an Arsenal jersey when Sega was sponsoring them, when Dreamcast was sponsoring them. So they had made these jerseys. I wore this to the convention. One guy was wearing a Neo Geo shirt. I was like, oh, cool shirt. And he's like, you want to trade? So that was kind of cool. You know, I was definitely the only person in a Dreamcast jersey. So Spence, kudos to you, bro. Thank you very much for the very unique shirt, which I wore today and thought of you. Beth and I went there. I'm pretty much just going to talk about my experience, and then I'll show you a very, very brief footage and like 4 pictures or 5 pictures of me at the event. First off, we got there around 11:15. For the tickets, they were $15 per ticket. If you bought them ahead of time online, if you went the day of the show, they were $20. And if you bought them online ahead of time, you got it at 11 o'clock instead of noon. So we got there around 11:15. The line was long. So we're waiting, and I'm like, is this the, I asked, was this the line for the early access? I thought we would just walk in, and yeah, this is the early access line. So we were able to get in. We got in about maybe 20-30 minutes later. So that kind of stunk. I felt like it was good, but I don't know if they just didn't expect the turnout, or maybe they weren't as organized as they could have been, but this was their first year, so you have to cut them some slack. It's not like they're used to doing this. At least I don't think. So we get in, small little concession stand with coffee, tea, snacks, you know, pretty cool. We get in there, mobbed, completely mobbed. The place was like packed corner to corner with people. There was one main room which could have had, in my opinion, 2 to 3 rooms full of people easy. So I think if they do this next year, they should definitely have more rooms. Then they had an offshoot room which had a bunch of televisions and tournaments going on. And then they had another room, like a little room with a couple TVs and stuff. And in that room was like, there was like an ET on Atari plays like bad games, and it was like all these bad games you can play. In the main room that I'm speaking of, where I was primarily with Beth, there were some TVs on the outside with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I think Battletoads may have been there, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's what we played. I also had a quick match against this guy. We played Marvel vs. Capcom on the Dreamcast with a big Arcade X, or I think it was called X Arcade. Really cool, nice guy. I beat him somehow, even though I'm terrible with arcade sticks. Tons of stuff for sale. It was very difficult to get in and maneuver to try and look or pick things up and sort through them. They didn't have as much Dreamcast or 3DO as I would have liked, which is what I like, or Neo Geo Pocket stuff. I didn't see any Neo Geo Pocket stuff. They did have some cool stuff. They had a Virtual Boy. They had like a Pac-Man machine. You know, a Pac-Man like bar top thing. What else? They had all types of stuff like that. They had a 3DO for like $350 with a bunch of games. Pete Dorr was there, who most of you I would assume know from YouTube. Really nice guy. There was this guy, Square Painter. He had, his name is Adam Shub, I believe. He had a retro pixel art booth where he was selling these paintings based on pixel art he made. Really cool. Lots of little trinkets, lots of video games. I didn't actually buy anything. Beth bought a, I think it's Square Painter, excuse me, for her brother-in-law, which is cool. It was like a Mario one. I wanted to get a River City Ransom one, but it was very big and expensive. I was looking for a smaller one, so I may try and link up with him later. I ran into right away my friend Keith, who is on the Retromancers channel. We hung out for a bit and talked on the line, and then we walked around together for a bit. I ran into Chris, who's also known as Gore the Movie God. Really cool to see him. As I said, I ran into Pete Dorr. I ran into my friend Greg the Bunny. He's the small dude with the goatee that you'll see in the pictures. it was overall pretty fun. I mean, if it was more spaced out and not as crowded, I would have stayed longer. It was very, you know, you feel like a potato chip kind of stuck in there. I was really looking for Neo Turbo Maniac 78. He wrote to me, and he said, I'm online at the Expo, and it was about an hour, it was said 1 hour ago. So I'm like, oh, I gotta find this guy. So I said to Beth, if you see a guy, bald head, goatee, that's him. I'm like, I don't know what he really looks like. You think I would have freaking given him my phone number? It's like, call me when you're there, where are you, whatever. We looked around, I stopped one guy, I'm like, are you from YouTube? And he's like, no, and I explained it. He starts laughing, he goes, sorry man, it's not me. You know, then I'm walking out of the convention center, and I'm going, like, is he here? And I'm like looking online and stuff. At this point, it was an hour later, so I don't know if he's still there. So I thoroughly apologize for not being a little more forward with giving you information. I don't know why I didn't think of it. You know, if there's something again in the future, I would love to meet you or anyone from YouTube. So, had a good time. Like I said, it could have definitely been bigger. It was very crowded, a little overwhelming in that regard, but really fun. Liked looking around at stuff, meeting the people, talking. You'll see I have a picture with a guy stuck with a Sonic the Hedgehog outfit on. He was pointing at me and was like, I like your shirt, I like your shirt. Just took a picture with him. So check out my really short videos. I mean, this is like a minute long or something, and a couple of pictures, and that's it. It was fun at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. I hope they do it again next year, and I'm sure they'll be more situated with, they had a great turnout. I don't think they thought they were anywhere near this. So thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.